What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Rising Above Adversity at A.F.C. Bournemouth. Today we are here with episode number 43, and of course it is going to be a huge one, as for the first time in the club's history we will be making an appearance in the Champions League against none other than the mighty Barcelona at home. I'll also be bringing you our home game against Rotherham in the Premier League, which follows the Barcelona game. Not as exciting, of course, as Barcelona, but still, it's the Premier League. It's an important game. But let me run you through the results since the last episode. Of course, you saw us lose in the Community Shield on penalties to Manchester City, and then start off the defence of our Premier League crown with a 3-1 win at home against Arsenal. But since then, it has been 3 wins out of 3, the perfect start to the season. 1-0 against Leicester away from home, a 2-0 home win against Southampton, and then in our most recent game we beat Hull away from home 3-1. That leaves us in second in the Premier League, just behind Manchester United on goal difference. This is the start that we would have wanted, coming into the season in our quest to defend our Premier League title. So I'm really pleased with that. But now we have to focus on the Champions League. So I'm going to take you to our team sheet for this game against Barcelona. Now, quite interestingly, I'm not sure if you noticed it on the fixture page, but we are actually the favourites for this game. I mean, I don't really tend to pay much attention to the bookies' odds in Football Manager. It's usually, not that accurate, but it just shows how far we've come in this save to, our first Champions League game, and we're favourites against Barcelona. I've not actually looked at their squad, but this is our team for the game. Had a few selection issues, actually. You can see a few players are actually unregistered for the competition. We've also got some injuries. Luciano Vietto's out for 3 to 4 weeks with a fractured wrist, and the new signing, Maxim Gamega's out for 3 months with a torn hamstring, which is really frustrating. Of course, the young player we signed from Dynamo Kiev, was it? Yeah, Dynamo Kiev in the summer. So yeah, the selection issues, wasn't able to register a few of these players due to the the quota that you need of English players and homegrown players and whatnot. But this is our team for the game. We've got Bardi in goal, Zadrahal, Lee Song-yong, Mamana and Para as the back four. Midfield, we've got Sergei Sudichuk, Benjamin Nunes, Andres Cubas and Joaquin Correa. And up front, we've got Hervin, Ongenda and Marcelo. It's a huge game, as already mentioned earlier on in the episode. Barcelona at home. It would have been nice, really, if we could have kicked off our Champions League campaign in the new stadium. That is still a little bit frustrating. Of course, we have to wait until November in order to move into the stadium. It's already been built, but we have to wait until November to actually start playing in it. But anyway, this is the situation we're in, and we've got to enjoy the start of our Champions League campaign. Just a quick look at the Barcelona team before we kick off the game. I mean, it's decent, isn't it? Not bad. Messi, Neymar, Suarez, Koke, Rafinha, Busquets, Juan Jose, Sule, Bartra, Make, and Ter Stegen in goal. No, it's a decent side, I mean, but we're better. We're definitely better than them. And hopefully we can, put the pressure on them in the game and maybe come our way with 3 points to kick off our first ever Champions League campaign. So early on in the game, the first opportunity could come our way as Joaquin Correa plays it out wide to Zadrahal. Joaquin Correa again on the ball into Andres Cubas to Benjamin Nunes. Patient play, and what an absolutely beautiful finish. Benjamin Nunes, the Spanish central midfielder, with a lovely strike. And for the first time in this series, you're about to see some 3D gameplay. There it is. Oh, look at it. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Andres Cubas, edge of the box. Benjamin Nunes, what a strike. First ever goal in the Champions League, and what a goal it was. Barcelona, though, are going to look to come forward now. Juan Jose on that left wing. Can he get a tackle in someone? He had 2 men on him, but he finds a pass to Neymar. Back to Juan Jose. He whips in the ball. It's a good ball. And there is Luis Suarez at the back post. No one picking him up there. I'm not sure where Para was there. Suarez just able to drift in at the back post and get an easy header in. There's no way he's missing from there. I'm going to have to see it again. The left back, Juan Jose, seems very adventurous. Good ball in. And as you would expect, Suarez back of the net, 1-1. And not too long after, Barcelona are back on the attack again. And, well, it's all gone a bit downhill quickly here. Koke, you can't deny him that. That was an absolutely brilliant strike. Similar to Benjamin Nunes in terms of the range it was from. Neymar passes it out to him. Koke, lovely shot off the bar and in. beautiful goal, and it's 2-1 Barcelona. There, in fact, is the half-time whistle. Started off really well, getting that goal from Benjamin Núñez. Fantastic strike, but Barcelona have really come into the game late on in the second half, and they've taken a 2-1 lead. I'm not going to change anything just yet. I'm going to leave things how they are. We've got the quality out there to pull this back in, but at the moment, Barcelona looking good. But hopefully in the second half we can show a little bit more and how we played at the start of the first half. 63 minutes gone in the game. I'm going to make a change. It's been a very quiet second half so far. Barcelona really looking to dominate now. You can see that possession in terms and the shots as well. They're really trying to take a stranglehold of the game. Cubas has got an injury. His fitness is not great. I mean, he's had a good game, but I'm going to bring him off for Fekir. And I'll also going to bring off Joaquin Correa. I'm going to bring on Halilovic, of course. Halilovic, a former Barcelona player, got a bit of a point to prove against them. Hopefully he can come on and do that for us. Straight after that substitution, ball whipped in by Neymar, and Sule is at the back post. Is it going to count? No, it's not going to count. It's offside. I thought it was. Offside, nearly 3-1, but we just about survive and get away with it. And again, straight after that, Barcelona on the attack again. They're really looking to kill this off now. Rafinha, and they are just too irresistible. That front three, that midfield, brilliant. They're just a brilliant side there. Good passing. Neymar plays it into Rafinha. We'll see it again in 3D. Messi, good tackle in him, but they just regain the ball. Neymar slips it into Rafinha. Centre-back's gone walkies there. I don't know what he was doing, but it's 3-1 Barcelona. They're probably going to go on and actually win this game now. Barcelona just slowing down the play now. Of course, 3-1 up. No need for them to kind of go full throttle now. But Fekir on it. Can he create something? It's a good effort, but it's over the bar and it remains 3-1. But straight after that, Marcelo whips in a ball. It's Hervin on Gender. And there is still hope in this game. Hervin on Gender with his third goal of the season. Played in by Marcelo. Oh, look at that. Bournemouth looks lovely in it on Champions League night, doesn't it? On Gender with a lovely strike. 3-2. And it's not over. So I'm actually going to make some changes now. We're going to go attacking. We're going to go for it now. Direct passing. We'll close down much more. Much higher tempo. And we'll take that off. We'll leave it as that. 9 minutes to go in the game. Can we get ourselves back into it? It would be a bit of a miracle if we did, but we'll see what we can do. But pretty much straight after kickoff, Barcelona pouring men forward here. Good tackle by Mamana, but it's fell to Luis Suarez, and you would imagine that will be that. They were still pouring men forward in the 82nd minute, looking to kill the game off, and they have indeed done that. That front three is just too hard to contain. Lionel Messi to Rafinha gets tackled, but falls to Neymar into Suarez, and he slots it home comfortably, and it will be a Barcelona win unless we can pull a goal back here and again try to make it a little bit interesting. It's been a bit of an eventful end to the game. Halilovic into on Gender, but it's a poor shot wide of the mark. And there is the full-time whistle at the goal stands. Our first ever Champions League game ends in defeat, but it is against Barcelona, so I cannot be too disappointed. We put up a good fight, but in the end, the quality between the two sides was very evident, and Barcelona were just too strong. Luis Suarez scoring 2, Koke and Rafinha. So that puts us bottom of the group. Milan beat Shakhtar in the other game, but of course, only one game gone, and I'm still very hopeful that we can show, give a good account of ourselves in this Champions League and hopefully progress to the next round. But anyway, we need to focus on the Premier League now, as we've got Rotherham coming up in just a few days' time. Right, so I've had to make some changes from the Barcelona games due to some injury and fitness issues. Andres Cubas, who came off of a knock in that game, is out for 10 to 12 days with a damaged elbow. Patrick Zadrahal's having to drop to the bench. He's only got 85% conditioning. So Bayemi comes in at right back. Matic comes in for Sidicic in the holding midfield role. And who else have we brought in? I think that's it. Oh no, Fekir, of course, comes in for Cubas. And I've changed Marcelo's role to an advanced forward. He's been on as a complete forward for the start of the season. Hasn't done great so far. His average rating is only 6.82 overall. So changing to an advanced forward. Hopefully we can get a little bit more out of him. He's definitely got the ability to do that. But Rotherham have just come up from the Championship, 19th in the league at the moment, so we're fully expected to get 3 points in this game. Just about 15 minutes gone in the game. As you would expect, we've been very dominant in the early stages of the game as Bayemi plays it to Nemanja Matic. Hopefully we can get our first real chance of the game here. Hervin on Gender, if he can find a good ball here, just decides to go alone. It's a save, I think, and it bounced off a defender onto the post. But it remains 0-0. Unfortunate they're not to score. We haven't been able to make our early dominance pay just yet, and Rotherham could make us pay as Patrick Bamford hits the post. A very close shave there. Rotherham haven't offered much going forward just yet, apart from that, and they're on the attack again. Ben Pringle on the ball, finds a good pass. What was the defender doing there? I'm not sure, but Francesco Bardi, the ever-reliable Francesco Bardi, makes a brilliant save. Hara is coming off injured, and I actually forgot to put Brian Oviedo on the bench. Hope he's not out for too long. Of course, Brian Oviedo is not registered for the Champions League, so if he's not, if he's out for a long period of time, we could have a real issue in that sense. But we're going to bring on Bailey Cargill on at left back. Hopefully he can do a job there. Naturally a centre back, but of course, as you can see, he can also fit in at left back. Still 0-0. Rotherham are showing that this is not going to be an easy game for us, as we may have expected. They're putting up a real fight in this game so far. And there's half time. It remains a 0-0. Not the half we would have wanted. Of course, you know, I came to the game expecting, in my mind, I'm going to say I expected an easy win, really. But as I said, Rotherham have played well so far, defended well, and showed some decent signs going forward. Of course, they hit the post and had a really good opportunity when the ball was played through to one of their strikers and Bardi denied. But 0-0 at half-time. We need to be showing a lot more as the champions, and hopefully we can do that in the second half. And early stages in the second half, Joaquin Correa picks up the ball, plays it to Ongenda. Good tackle against the centre-back. And Lewis Dunk fouls Ongenda in the box. Penalty kick. And it looks like Ongenda will step up to score. He's made a good start on his return to the club. And he should step up and hopefully grab another. I think it will be his 4th goal of the season. Here he goes. Lovely, composed, calm, collected finish there from Hervin Ongenda. Sends the keeper the wrong way. And we take a 1-0 lead. A few worrying signs in that first half. You saw that when Rotherham hit the post, but good that we've notched that goal early on in the second half. Right, it's the 70th minute now, so I'm going to make a couple of changes. Marcelo having a poor game out there, so I'm going to bring on Marco Negro, of course, the young striker that we signed from West Ham. He actually changed his nationality to Italian. A bit strange. He had 3 caps for Uruguay. Of course, they must have been in friendlies. He's decided to switch allegiances now to Italy, which is a little bit interesting. But we're going to bring him on for Marcelo. Only change I'm going to make. 20 minutes left in the game. Still 1-0. We need to make this a little bit more convincing. And so far, it has been far from being convincing performance. The Negro, he hasn't got many options, but he gets past the midfielder there. Nunes well tackled, but it falls to Joaquin Correa. Negro, Hervin Ongenda with the strike, with the goal. Hervin Ongenda is back, people. What a goal. What a lovely goal. 5th goal of the season now. He's really started off the season well, and it's great to have him back in the team. It really is. What a player. What an absolutely brilliant player. Good tackle there from Joaquin Correa. Hervin Ongenda picks up the ball, edge of the box. Lovely strike. Look at that. The keeper has no chance, and that will wrap up the 3 points in at this game. And there is the full-time whistle at the goal stands. It ends 2-0. Rotherham in the second half didn't pose much of a threat, to be honest. So it was a comfortable win in the end. After in the first half, they gave us a few troubles. Good performance in the end. Hervin Ongenda with the 2 goals there. You can see that puts us top of the table ahead of Manchester United. They must have lost a game. I've decided, actually, I'm going to bring you another game in this episode. I'm not feeling generous today. We've got Manchester City coming up next week. Of course, we've got Fleetwood in the Carling Cup or Capital One Cup coming up in a few days' time. But we've got Man City away from home. I want to show you that game. Man City, of course, who we beat to the title last year. So, one more game in this episode. Manchester City away from home. Let's go forward and see the team sheet for that game. Right then, people, before we get into any talk of the team news for today, I should probably tell you that we did beat Fleetwood in the Capital One Cup. As you would expect, Fleetwood are in League 2. We only beat them 1-0 though, so far from convincing, but we did get the win and we are in the next round. But you can see for today's game against City, I've decided to change the system to a 4-3-3, which of course we used pretty much throughout last season. The reason I'm doing this, I feel like it makes us a lot more of a threat away from home in big games than we would, using the diamond. I think if we use the diamond, we're going to be exposed down the wings. And I think that would just be asking for trouble, I feel like. So we're going to go for the 4-3-3 in this one. We've got Bardi in goals, Adrahal, Lee Song-yong, Emmanuel Mamana, Oviedo at the back, Matic, Nunes and Fekir midfield, Halilovic starting against the side we bought him from on the right wing, Joaquin Correa on the left and Marcelo up front. Hervin on Gender, not eligible to play in this one. Of course, we are loaning him from Manchester City. We've got quite a few injuries at the moment in the first team, which is not ideal. We can't afford any more injuries. But City away from home, this was a pivotal game in the title race last year. We went there and we won. And from that point on, I think it was really obvious that we were, well, not obvious, but I think in our minds, we knew that that was a big step towards the title. And of course, we did end up winning the title. And hopefully we can get another positive result here today. Sergio Aguero racing at our back four. Hasn't got too many options, but he's going to do it by himself. It looks like he gets into the box. And Matic, you wouldn't expect Nemanja Matic to do that. He's a very experienced player. And Sergio Aguero really didn't look like he had any options. So it's a really silly challenge. Isco will step up. Oh, I thought Bardi got a hand to that, but he doesn't. Isco, that is really disappointing. Very, very annoying stuff there from Nemanja Matic to give away that penalty. Isco steps up confidently with composure and sticks it into the back of the net. 1-0 City. But just a few moments later, we are on the attack. Brian Oviedo plays it to Fekir. He's got a bit of space, but he's well tackled by Bentaleb. Fekir once again into Marcelo. He's got a great chance. He's got to score. How has he not scored that? Marcelo, he's not had the greatest of starts to life in English football. And what a chance that was. And straight after that, again, there is another highlight, possibly another chance for us. Fekir into Correa, Nunes to Marcelo. He's got to score here. He passes it back to Joaquin Correa. And Joaquin Correa shows Marcelo how it's done. What a finish. Amazing player, Joaquin Correa. Marcelo, he should have shot, but his confidence is shot at the moment. He plays it back to Joaquin Correa. And that was a lovely finish. Good patient build-up play in the box. And there is the finish. Very exciting game early on in this one. And it's 1-1 after just 7 minutes. But straight from kickoff, Man City are on the attack again. And, oh my God. I can't believe that. The defending, atrocious. Lee Song-yong, usually a brilliant player, usually a brilliant defender. I don't know what was going on there. Sergio Aguero, you can see the space, gets in behind. Lee Song-yong's got that covered. Tries to play a back pass there, really. And Sergio Aguero is not missing there. Bloody hell. 2-1 City. It's been a very, very eventful first half and the goals may not be done yet. Half an hour gone in the game. Mohamed into Isco, into Volland, off the bar. City looking dangerous. And we survived just about. This game has been really crazy so far. The meeting between the two sides last season was a very nervy one, but this one is far from it as Marcelo comes into the box and well, I've slated him and now he's gone and scored a beautiful goal there. Lovely finish. That's what we want to see more of from Marcelo. I mean, that was a lot more difficult than the chance he had earlier. And look at that. He drifts past Vincent Kompany there. Lovely finish past Joe Hart. Didn't have a chance really. Powered finish. And he levels it up. 2-2. 40 minutes gone. And please, no more goals in this half. Vincent Kompany is bobbling about. Oh my God. This game is absolutely ridiculous. Matteo De Sliglio. I'm not even sure how to pronounce that. Oh, that was really unlucky. Kompany with the initial effort, I think it was. Headed in. A couple of blocks in there. Well, blocked by his own player, in fact. Again, he goes for it. Oh, what was going on there? It's all over the place. We couldn't deal with it. And City take a lead right on the stroke of half-time. And there is the half-time whistle. Really disappointed with our defending so far. Matic giving away a silly penalty early on in the half. And Lee Song-yong with a stupid back pass. We've scored 2 goals, but we lose the game currently 3-2. Tell the players to show a little bit more in the second half. I think we can still get a point from this. It's been a crazy first half. But I'll probably expect more in the second half, but we'll see what happens. Just a few minutes gone in the second half. Halilovic on the ball. Hasn't made much of an impact just yet against his former club, but hopefully he can do something in the second half. Marcelo picks it up. It's a good tackle by the City centre-back, but only as far as Joaquin Correa. Good ball in, but well defended. And City could be on the counter. They're really dangerous. Bentaleb, oh no, this is not looking good. Into Sergio Aguero. And I could see the danger come in. We couldn't deal with it once again. Defensively, just all over the place, and Sergio Aguero gets his third goal of the season. You can see it there. We're just not getting across. Sergio Aguero, nice finish there, and it's 4-2, and it's going to be difficult to get back in this one now. And if we concede here, City will definitely win this game. Nemanja Matic gone in for a challenge. Oh, it's two-footed. That means Nemanja Matic will be sent off. He's had an absolute shocker of a game. Gives away a penalty in the first half. Gets sent off in the second. Wow. I thought it would be a good, wise decision starting him in this one over Sergej Sudachuk. That bit of experience there, and it's gone completely opposite of how I expected. I'm going to have to make the changes here. Not sure what to do. Of course, we need to score 2 goals. I'm really not sure what to do here. I'm going to have to bring off one of my centre mids, I think. I don't really want to take off any of the wide men. I don't want to take off Marcelo. So I'm going to have to take off Fekir, I think. Drop Sergej Sudachuk back. Set him to a defensive midfielder. After getting level 2-2, I was expecting us to go on, maybe get a 3 points, or keep it at 2 or at least. But we've just a bit fallen apart a little bit here. I'll make that change. Sergej Sudachuk replacing Fekir. Not much hope left in this one. Left for us, but hopefully we can put up a bit of a fight in the final half an hour. Final moments of the game, Isco with the free kick, but there is the full-time whistle at the Etihad. 4-2 win for City. It means our unbeaten record, our 100% record in the Premier League has gone. I suppose one positive to take from the game, the performance of Marcelo. 1 goal, 1 assist, much improved from him, which is good to see. Of course, we brought him in with very high expectations, or high hopes for him at least, that he can have a really good season for us. But that puts us down to 4th in the table, behind United, Liverpool and City. Still very early on in the season. But that will actually conclude today's episode. Have a look at the fixtures, what we've got coming up. We've got Milan coming up in a few days' time, away from home in the Champions League. Probably going to bring you a bit of a Champions League special next, I think. I'm not sure just yet. Of course, you guys will know when I do come back. But anyway, if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to leave it a like. And if you're not subscribed to the channel just yet, please do subscribe to the channel. But for now, it's been Halfback FM, and I'll see you guys